Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. My name is Phil. This is our Monday night show. This is the Fanzone show. And this week, Leicester City are entertaining Aston Villa. Now, loads to talk about, loads of fun to think about, look back to the Wigan game, and of course, look forward mostly to one of the biggest games for Leicester for, well, I'd like to say for a little while. And we've had a lot of big games recently, of course, but get your views in, get your comments in. I can put them on screen. There's Chappers. Chappers is live tomorrow night on Love Sport Radio every week at 8 p.m. So Chappers representing Leicester Fan TV. He is in there. Get your views in. Get your comments in. Good evening to Nathan Wright. How are you? I can get everything in there. Brad Lingard, how are you? What do you reckon, Brad? Let's get on to. Do we think Jamie Vardy's going to be fit for Wednesday night? Who do you think Brendan Rodgers is going to play? Good evening to Stephen Price. Nice to have you with us. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube and Twitter as well into the Facebook group. So Auntie Karen is here. Crikey, so many comments coming up. Let's get Auntie Karen up there. Good evening to you. Matthew Bond as well. Good evening. Liking the new graphics. Thank you, Matthew. We're always trying to improve and bring you better content all the time. Keep getting your comments in. Chapper says the decade video will be ready this week. Don't miss it. It's a big one. It is a big one. Chappers was trying to get it ready for last week, but it's such a mammoth one that it is taking time. Now, if you're watching in the Facebook group, which this user is, you need to go and register yourself on a link I put in there earlier, and then I can add your views and your comments in there. Good evening to you, whoever you are, Facebook user. Dave Felstead saying, good evening, waiting on the FA Cup draw. Yes. Who have Leicester got? I've been setting this up. What's happened in the FA Cup draw? Has it been done yet? Let me know. Or has it still not happened yet? Good evening to Nick McGaffrey. Be good to have Vards back. It certainly would, wouldn't it? I think that's right. Stephen Price saying, who do we want in the FA Cup draw? I'd love anybody. Anybody at home would be nice. Anybody at home. Mark Gatwood, good evening, Mark, watching over on YouTube, says Nacho will play again. Good evening to Raj. How are you? Just says, call me Raj. I will do, Raj. Nice to see you over on YouTube. Get your views in. Jack Marsden, lovely to have you with us, Jack. I want your views, your football views on Leicester City. Joanne Astley's got an interesting one here. Says, there's still tickets available for Wednesday night in the family stand. Get your tickets and take your kids. Got to be fair, Joanna, absolutely. Now, talking of tickets, let me see if I can get the graphic up there. From the guys at Harlow Geek Life have given us one ticket. It's one ticket for Wednesday's match. And if you want to win that, all you have to do is like and share this video wherever you're watching it and put in the comments tickets. Try and put that with a comment and just put hashtag tickets at the end, and then we'll put that in there. Good evening to you, Andrea Orton. Lovely to have you with us. Mark Wright saying, I'd love Liverpool in the FA Cup. Smash them. They're doing my heads in now. Chapper says, don't forget, jump over out to the YouTube channel. A lot of people watching on YouTube tonight, which is great. Get your views in. It's Vardy versus Rooney, hopefully, says Chris Gutteridge. Who have Leicester got in the FA Cup? Honestly, I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to try and literally do this as we speak. The fourth round draw, it's on live now. Crikey, I haven't seen the results. Let me know who has got in that if you can watch it. Caroline O'Connor is watching from Bath. Good evening to you, Caroline. Thanks for watching. Brad Lingard's got in there saying tickets. He'd like ticket to the match on Wednesday night. You're in the look. I'm going to pick somebody at the end. I'll do a scroll and just grab somebody at the end. Dan Hall has gone for tickets as well. Thanks to our pals at Harlow Geek. Good evening to Chris Gutteridge, who says the draw is on now. Tell us who we've got. Tell us who we've got. I'm going to try and watch it as it is on at the same time. It's on BBC One now. Cracking time to do a live Leicester Fan TV where the draw is on as well. I thought the draw was on at 7 o'clock. So as soon as it's been done, I'm frantically looking at multiple screens, trying to get in there. Mickey says, hi, Mickey Hayden, says the draw hasn't happened yet. Now, what we want to do is, obviously, first things to talk about is who should start against Villa. If you're Brendan Rodgers, who do you put into that starting 11? For me, it has to be what I would class as our A team. It has to be everybody who is fit, who would be in that A team. But some of those players I think we could debate about and have a chat with. I can see, by the way, I'm going to be able to invite people in, and I can see Tom Hogar's appeared on the screen. Now, we've not had Tom in for a while. Keep getting you. I'm going to bring him in shortly, Tom, if you can hear me. Thanks, Tom's waving. Keep getting your comments in. I'm going to keep putting them in there. Nathan is saying he'd like tickets. Paul Burdett is saying he'd like ticket. Caroline O'Connor says, evening, just watching from hospital as my husband Kieran has gone down for surgery. Hope Vardy is back soon. I hope your husband's back soon as well, Kieran. Good luck to him from everybody who is watching. Andy Medhurst, good evening to you, saying let's have a decent draw. Strongest team possible, no messing around, says Andy as well. Brad Lingard says let's start our strongest side and get to Wembley. Now, let me see. Tom, can you hear me?
Evening, Phil. Evening, everyone.
Good evening, Tom. There's nothing like trying new software on the fly in a live show in front of lots of people, is there? How are you?
Well, gone back to basics and gone back to the mobile phone. Forgot the laptop tonight.
Brilliant. Tom, Wednesday night, Villa, big game. Obviously, we've had a lot of big games over the last couple of seasons, but we've not got to Wembley since 2000, which was another League Cup final. I know we did the Charity Shield, the Community Shield, whatever you want to call it. It was a bit of a friendly and a non-event, if you ask me. Who would you put out for the starting 11? That's what we're asking people.
I think we've seen that from the team selection is going to be very strong for the game. I think we saw that from the squad he picked at the weekend. He went with a lot of the, fringe players, your Harvey Barnes, Damari, came onto the pitch. He didn't play a recognised striker. So it shows you how much that he's going to take Wednesday very seriously. And I think you'll see the full first team out there. I think we're starting to see the best of Perez now. That's 5 goals and 5 assists, for him this season. Not bad return, considering at the beginning it took a little time to settle down. Hopefully we'll start seeing the best of him. And I think Wednesday night will be a hard test. I don't think it'll be easy as the fans are probably thinking. Villa are going to come here. They rested a lot of players at the weekend in the FA Cup. So, yeah, it's going to be a tough test, but I think Rodgers will name the strongest team he can for it.
Raj says we'll go with the same team as we had in the winner at Villa. The FA Cup draw, Tom, it's on at the same time. It was meant to be on at 7 in my books, but it's not going through yet, so we don't know who Leicester have got. The council has just said it's Man United v Wolves. I'm not sure if that's an FA Cup one anyway in there. Tom, I'm going to talk about who should and shouldn't start. Vardy, obviously, everybody hopes he is fit. Do you think Vardy will start on Wednesday, against Villa?
I think if he's fit, he will start, yeah. I think he'll probably could go with, as someone said earlier, the team that he started with, the 4-1 demolition at Villa Park the other week. But again, I don't think it'll be the same game as it was there. Look, we know they've had a wretched time with injuries, losing to their number 1 goalkeeper in Heaton, losing their £18 million striker Wesley in the last game away at Burnley. That's not good for any team that should come up and spend all that money on their 2 best players. But they've still got players to come in and do a job, and not, living down in the Worcestershire. I know a lot of Villa fans are talking about the game, and they still think Kodjic can come in and do a job for them up front. Different kind of striker to what Wesley is for them, and not a target man, but a person in behind. And we've seen this season, the teams that do try and get in behind us can cause us problems. So it'll be more difficult than I think a lot. I think it'll be a lot more difficult than the 4-1 win.
Tom, listen, let's just move to a different cup competition. Have you seen Leicester City have been drawn away at Brentford? It's confirmed. Brentford away in the FA Cup. Everybody's putting it in the comments. Jason Mills is putting it in there. Mark Wright. Everybody. Brentford away. Tom, that's a fairly decent draw for us, isn't it?
Another tricky cup tie. It's their last season at their old ground. They're going to want to keep winning and get another cup tie at the old ground. So not an easy place to go. I think they started off slow this season in the Championship. I think they're up to 5th or 6th just in the playoff positions to play some good, decent football. So, yeah, not an easy place to go. We all know that Championship teams. We know that from getting out of the Championship. It's not an easy thing to do. So But we'll have to go there and play a lot better than we did against Wigan to get results. So yeah, good tie to get, and a tie we have the opportunity to progress if we want to.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, focus back. I mean, Brentford away, interesting draw for Leicester, literally, as we're chatting in this video. Back to Villa. Obviously, we're a home and away leg away from getting to Wembley. And it would be lovely to get to Wembley again for many of us who haven't been in that 20 years apart from the Community Shield to a proper match there. Still a few tickets left, Tom. A few tickets left for sale. I'm not having a go at any fans because, listen, a lot of people, it's been a busy month with games. We've all had Christmas. There's been New Year's stuff. So it's not that surprising. But, the Wigan game, still a few fans maybe to get tickets, though.
Yeah, I mean, me and Jamie's been doing quite a bit gossiping on Twitter about the whole situation with the tickets and, not selling out for a semi-final first in 20 years, one to be in a local derby. What more do you want to build it up with a bit more spice? But I also think the club's got to look at themselves with the pricing allocation for some of the tickets. I mean, they've sold out nearly all the ground bar the family stand, where I think there's 500 in one block, 200 in another block. And then when I'm looking at the corporate, I think someone was saying they've only sold 20, 30 tickets in one of the lounges, but they're £50 a ticket. I can understand, the corporate people not going to go, well, it's an extra game. It's another 50 quid we've got to find for a weeknight to go and watch Leicester. I don't think the club's helped themselves with the pricing strategy in some of the, corporate areas to try and fill the ground to its maximum. But also, it's always difficult on a Wednesday night, late kick-off. 8 o'clock, I think it is the kick-off time for the game. Kids have got school in the morning. So it's a difficult situation, but the club should now think, well, do we open the family stand to anybody to get in there, not just people with kids?
Yeah, I mean, if they're applying the usual rules for the family stand, you obviously need to have somebody, I think it's under the age of 18 with you, which on a school night is a decent, perhaps a difficult thing to get in there. Transfer rumours, Tom, and I want people's comments. I want people to get comments in on this as well. You've been reading the stuff about Maddison today, Tom. I'm going to laugh.
Oh, I'm sick of Sky Sports putting our players in different shirts or half and half shirts. I thought half and half Sky's bad enough, but half and half shirts is taking it to a new level. It's like they're trying to sell our players, but I mean, the rumour mill, what can you say? 45 million plus Jesse Lingard. Oh, come on. I mean, that's pathetic. There's no way Leicester City would even think of it, taking that on the tables. We'll get rid of the players who's our most creative player in the last 2 seasons in the Premier League. 150 chances, I think it is, something now silly. And bringing Jesse Lingard, who's not scored a goal in, I think, 16 months and no assists. Don't think that's going to be happening to me.
Comedy Kings has said 45 million and Lingard, lol, which is pretty much what you're saying, Tom, as well. Sky, I like this one from Martin Jerram, says Sky Sports must be on commission. Get Jared Bowen in ASAP. I think Jared Bowen from Hull, Tom, would be a great addition to our squad. What do you think to what the councillor there is saying on YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen his rise over the last, I think it's 18 months. He broke into the Hull team. He hasn't looked back. He's scoring nearly every week. I think if you look at Hull's goals, he's the one who's getting the most goals. I think he's up to 15 now for the season. It's a good return for a young lad who's making his way up. He's a striker/winger, I think he is. And Leicester fans are crying out for another winger to come in with a bit of quality. But again, it's another young lad. That's the only thing you're going to say. And if he comes up, will he take that step up so quickly into the Premier League and, hit the ground running?
Jason Mills says, anybody ever seen Jesse Lingard and Heather Watson in the same place at the same time? Classic when you see it. I haven't seen that one, Jason, I must admit. Mick Paget. Mick, what time do you call this? 15 minutes into the show. Never mind. Get your views in, Mick. Let us know. What do you think? Terry Payne is here. Hi, Terry. Terry says, let's get it up there. I've just got to find Terry Payne's comment. 45 million plus Lingard wouldn't get Gilbert Fox. I think he means Filbert Fox. Or is he having a double joke there on us, Tom? Oh. Rumours, Tom, of us being interested in a centre-back. Maybe on loan. We've offered 25 million. The guy from Juventus. Do we need a centre-back, Tom?
I would have said up to the weekend, no. But then after seeing Morgan and Benkovic sadly go off injured, you probably look at that area now and think we are a bit weak. I did see a rumour earlier that apparently we're after Ben Eloan to come back from Nottingham Forest for a few million, but I don't see that
happening. Back?
I don't see it happening for Monshire, mate, but it was one that I've seen out there.
I think somebody's having a laugh with you there, Tom.
Oh, mate, it was on Twitter, and you know what I mean? This person's supposed to be a football agent, mate, so be interesting to see if that did happen. It is actually Ben Eloan's agent who had put it out there that there was rumours that Leicester had been sniffing around to get him back because of the injury crisis. But I don't see that happening for Montreal. But we were talking about this at Archie viewers about Morgan and the rumours of extending his contract for another season. And I've always said it's all right giving these older players another year. What's great, he's been a great centre to the football club. But is he going to be ready when you need him? And I think at the weekend proved that situation. He hasn't played enough game time. He hasn't played for the under-23s at all, really, to keep himself match fit. What's different to training ground fit, match fitness is a lot different. And I think we saw it took its toll on Wes at the weekend. Playing these few games really quickly, he just couldn't cope. You know, he's got his groin strain now. And I think that's down to the fact he played West Ham away. I think he started or came on at West Ham. He then came on against Newcastle. Only short spurts, but I just genuinely think he can't cope with that sitting on the bench for long periods of time and being relied to come on and just get into a match game for 90 minutes. I mean, like I said to you, it was a shame Benkovic went off injured because at the weekend, I thought he looks a very talented young man. A few mistakes, but first game is going to happen. But bar-wide positioning-wise, he was spot on there every time and he wasn't scared to bring the ball out from the back and make runs. So he's definitely one to the future if we can get him fit again.
I don't know how long Benkovic or Wes Morgan is out. I'm not sure if it's been confirmed yet, Tom, has it?
Nothing yet, no. They've not said on either.
Joanna Astley, hi Joanna, thanks for watching, says Fuchs has still got a couple of seasons in him. Rather play him than Chilwell some days. Fuchs could step in at centre-back like he did, Tom, as can Daniel Amati is pretty much back to fitness, I believe. So we've got a little bit of cover there, but it seemed like a double whammy on Saturday with both those centre-backs going off in the same game.
Oh, definitely. I mean, if you look at the injuries for this season, with touch wood, we've not had that many. I mean, Vardy's the first time Vardy's been injured, and I think a lot of fans were panicking who's going to score the goals. Well, the team have. And I think that's the biggest word we can say about Leicester at the moment. It's a team game. The team is stepping up when they need to. And if you look at in whole of the pitch, you know, the whole team, I think nearly every position has scored. You know, Ricardo scored, Evans, Sionchu, Chilwell. You know, the back four are all scoring goals as well. So it's handy that everyone's chipping in at the moment. Yeah,
Andy Meadows says he hears Benkovic is out for 4 weeks, which I wouldn't be surprised. Wes, I think, might be out for a week or two at least. So maybe we do need to strengthen there. Tom, you know me, I've been saying for a while about a striker. I still believe that's the position we need to cover. Or do we not, with Harvey Barnes playing up there? Bit of a strange one for me against Wigan. But the boys seem to do quite well.
Yeah, he did all right. He did the basics well. He made the runs into the channels. He held the ball up as best he could for, not a big lad, but he held it up quite well. I still think you need a different option at times up front. You know, Kalici's been brilliant this season. Who would have thought they'd say that 6 months ago going into the season that Iheanacho has actually come out the other side of a very, very bad spell and started to look like that player we thought we were going to get. But you do worry if we get one more injury to Iheanacho and Vardy at the same time, that's when I worry because I don't feel Demarai Gray's a striker. I don't think Harvey can play there as a full-time striker and give you the options you need to make the team click.
Keith Goodall's just put on there, again, I can't confirm this, Tom, I haven't heard this one, but Sonku picked up a groin strain today in training. Going to be out for quite a length. Have you heard that one?
I haven't seen that one yet, no, mate.
That would put us in a bit of a spot if that was the truth, wouldn't it be? So, Keith, I don't know where your source was. Put in the comments, let us know where that is from. But with Benkovic and Wes having injuries on Saturday, I think that would be a bit of a shame for us. Imtiaz as well. Welcome back, Imtiaz. Been a while. Hope you're well. Get your comments in, mate. Let us know what you think about Leicester playing Villa on Wednesday. Are you going, Imtiaz? Hope you are. Hope you're well. Keep getting those comments in. Somebody on a Facebook group, the Leicester Fan chat group, is saying, I'm 100% with you. Definitely need another striker. A lot of people, Tom, saying we could do with a winger. I just don't see this. We need a winger. Do you?
I think priority-wise, it would be a striker and a defender. If you could get another winger in with more experience than what we've got, of course, who's got that little bit more spark about him than Harvey or Gray at the moment. So that's probably where you'd say. But when you talk about a wing, you're talking about someone who can create something out of nothing. And at the moment, that's a player we're probably missing. You know, you've got Maddison who can pull the strings and create chances, but you're missing that, say his name very lightly, Mahrez, player who can make something out of nothing and no one's going to see it happening. And we probably have lost at times, missed that bloke, annoying enough as you're going to say that. And Perez, you know, he's been brilliant when he has played, but he isn't that person who's going to make something happen out of nothing. He wants the ball. He wants that little bit of time to get the cross into the box or to get that yard of space, and does a little trick where I think we all knew Mahrez didn't need any space. He could walk through the smallest of gaps and make something happen for Vardy. So if you're going to bring someone in, it's got to be a world-class winger, but difficult to do that in the January transfer window.
It is. Tom, listen, can you read that comment that's on screen from Keith Goodall?
Soyuncu groin strain in training today as well. Going to be out for quite a length of time.
Quite a length. Have we been set up there from Keith?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well done to Keith. I think he's got us with that one. So maybe Soyuncu isn't out. I think we've been out there, which is a great one. Raj says maybe get a striker in on loan and then maybe look for a permanent one in the summer, which worked well with obviously Slimani and again worked with Robert Huth a couple of seasons ago. Mick Paget says, let's be honest, who is going to sell a decent striker and centre-back in January? Chappers says, quite a length. Chappers spotted it. Just, we've been done, Tom, with that one. I hope it's fake news. I think it is, Council. I think we've been done on a gag. Tom, Villa on Wednesday, obviously. Southampton on Saturday. Does Rodgers, you know, does he keep us something a little bit back in the team for Saturday or not?
I can see there being changes automatically. I think, I think the only guarantees who will play Wednesday and Saturday are probably Schmeichel, Pereira might play, Evans and Soyuncu, and then I think you might see a change at the left back. If Chilwell starts in the cup, then I think Fuchs will play on Saturday. I think you'll see the midfield probably change a little bit. I think Mendy was brilliant again at the weekend. I mean, I know it's only Championship, but that's 2 games now. He's played at West Ham and then Wigan. In both games, he's been steady Eddie, done the basics well, tidied up after all the mess and get the team playing again. So he could come into the team again at the weekend. Bar that, then I think he naturally probably starts against Southampton for sure. Alden, depending on the fitness of Vardy after Wednesday night if he plays.
Neil Birchenough says we still have Darnell Johnson. Everyone seems to have forgotten him. Listen, I've seen him play once, I think, in a pre-season friendly about 18 months ago, Tom, and he looked good, but that's all I've seen of him.
The problem you got is, mate, he's got Justin in front of him. They've spent all that money on a right back, and now Johnson's been at the club a long time now, and he hasn't broken into that first team arena. He went on loan into Hibernian, didn't make much of that by the sound of it. And if there's anything that the club thought was special, I don't see them spending 8 million on Justin in the summer if they had someone in the football club they thought they could work with.
Yeah, and to be fair, James Justin, I've been ever so impressed with him. I think at the moment, he's unlucky because Ricardo Pereira is ahead of him and playing fantastic. I've read a few rumours about Ricardo Pereira being interested or Barcelona being interested in him, Tom.
I could
believe it.
Yeah, he could. I mean, the way he's playing at the moment. I think the modern day football is about creative wing backs or creative full backs, and at the moment, we've probably got the most informed right back in the country. There's not many better right backs in the Premiership that can defend very well and then get forward and create and score. He scores goals, and there's not many defenders actually can do that and cool and calm. We saw that with his goal against Newcastle early in the season to cut inside onto his weak foot and bend it in the bottom corner. if Barcelona came in, would you hold it against him if he wanted to go there? Of course you couldn't. But they'd have to offer the money. You'd be talking 70, 80 million again for someone like that.
Yeah, Tom, listen, thanks a lot for joining us tonight. Before you go, I want everybody to do the same, put their first goal scorer in and correct final score. So I'm going to ask you, and then I'm going to let you go, Tom, and then I'm going to sort out these. We've got a free ticket to dish out. So if anybody wants to put in the comments, hashtag tickets, then I'll go back and pick somebody. Tom, who do you think is going to score the first goal, and what's the final score going to be?
I'm going to go Johnny Evans first goal scorer. I think set plays against Villa is going to be crucial on Wednesday night because we've seen it's their weak spot. And I'm going to go 3-1. I think we'll concede. I really do. I don't think Villa are going to come back and sit and try and hold out for 90 minutes because if they do, it could be messy for them. But yeah, 3-1 to Leicester and Johnny Evans to score first.
Brilliant. All right. Thanks, Tom, for joining us. See you next week. Cheers. So thanks. That was Tom joining us back like old times. We've not had Tom on for a while. It was fantastic to have him in here. If you want these tickets, just put in there the word comments. The word tickets. And that is from our pals at, I'm just trying to put it on the screen now, from Harlow Geek. So if you do want those, just put in the comments that. I'm going to read out the few last comments, get your score predictions in there. Jamie says 3-0 and Perez. Thank you for that. James Gray Richards is going for the tickets. Comedy Kings is going for the tickets on YouTube. Will Robinson saying 5-2 to Leicester with Harvey Barnes to score the first goal, which would be nice to see Harvey Barnes. 5-2, that'd be a high scorer, though. Tony Fish is saying 3-0. Tony, who do you think is going to score the first goal? Matthew Bond going for the tickets. And Tony Fish going for... Oh, sorry, this is reality. Oh, Matthew Bond. Kia Scott wants the tickets. John Shipley, thank you. If you can like and share this video, that would be good. I'm going to tell you who I'm going to pick at random. I'm just scrolling backwards, and I'm going to pick the first person it lands on. And it has landed on Matthew Bond. So I'm going to put that in there. Well done to Matthew. Bond wins the tickets. Well done. Thanks for bearing with me tonight. I've been playing with this new bit of software. Thanks for everybody who's been watching on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitter and Periscope. Appreciate all your comments in there. It will get better and better. And if there's things you like about what we do, let us know. If there's more things you want us to do, again, let us know. From me, Phil, this is Leicester Fan TV. I'll see you before the match. Don't forget, come and see us at the Blues Bar before kickoff, and more importantly, after kickoff, to give us your post-match views. Chappers is live at 8 p.m. tomorrow night on Love Sport Radio, which is on DAB and online. So for me, Phil, from 100% LCFC, thanks, of course, to all the people who help sponsor us. You can see their names below. Thank you to those guys, and we will see you next week. Cheers. See ya.